Reason number 2, young people are unhappier now than a decade ago. The rise in existential politics and social contagions. Ever thought maybe our misery is being inadvertently instituted? Well, political issues narrated on social media have become increasingly messianic, with rising levels of catastrophizing discourses around existential threats. Issues such as climate, biosecurity, terrorism, and identity. Not because these issues are more important than they were a decade ago, but because they satiate our inherent demand for addictive, negative content.
I want to see some explosions and fires. I want to see shit blowing up and bodies flying around.
This shift away from policy-focused discourse on issues such as education outcomes, long-term unemployment, and tax and spend, and it's due to our inherent demand for negativity enabled by these social media platforms. The issues that have dominated politics have shifted from the bland, materialistic, and technocratic towards the sexy, shrill, existential, and messianic.
I want to know the stock market dropped 2,000 points in one day. I want to see people under pressure.
Climate, biosecurity, national security, misinformation. This is a very different kettle of fish to balancing numbers and shifting spending around.
Sirens, flames, smoke, bodies, graves being filled, parents weeping.
Issues like education, welfare, and economic models can be really contentious. However, they are perhaps easier to approach with a sense of emotional boundary and detachment than issues that are focused on who we are. Issues of gender, of race, the environment, terror threats, and misinformation are ripe for fraught discourse and bad blood. The rise of existential politics and these messianic narratives has also given rise to social contagions.
We mustn't panic. We mustn't panic.
They spread on social media as a result of these market-driven forces. Reactionary Europhilia, climate apocalypse, gender panic, and race hysteria, to name just a few. These have definitely made our culture angrier and more balkanized over the last decade. One consequence of these social contagions, fueled by controversial ideas such as critical race and critical gender theories, these unfortunately reduce how we view ourselves from a range of ideas, character traits, and passions over which we control, to the more narrow conception of ourselves as mere immutable characteristics which we don't control. This strikes me as quite obviously pessimistic, as they are solutionless rabbit holes. They endure today because they activate our negative emotions. They reward platforms and content creators who trigger them. It enables creators to literally profit off triggering us. This negative trend is perpetuated by businesses, political parties, and institutions, perpetuated because they are marketable. However, the focus on these existential threats, coupled with our fixation on our immutable characteristics, leads to a culture of misanthropy and of hating life itself. Remember, nature is healing, we are the virus. Market incentives, facilitated by this new media world, have conspired to create a global doom cult. The doom cult encompassing millennials and Gen Z, which spans across Western civilization.
Yeah, no.
This makes priorities feel more global, and therefore more distant. It takes focus away from more local matters, which we can control and achieve tangible change over. Matters we can more readily connect with. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.